Have you ever noticed the small, quiet habits of strangers and wondered about the stories behind them? In a sleepy Texas town, every Sunday afternoon, a man named Evan Miller would visit the same grocery store. He never seemed to be in a hurry. He'd walk slowly, almost deliberately, through the aisles, clutching a small folded piece of paper in his hand. Lily, a college student working part-time as a cashier, started to notice him. It wasn't just his slow pace that caught her attention. It was the way he'd repeatedly pull out that worn piece of paper, look at it, and a soft, gentle smile would appear on his face. It was a private moment, but it was so full of warmth that it made her curious. One Sunday, as Evan placed his items on the conveyor belt, Lily couldn't hold back her curiosity any longer. She gestured toward the paper still in his hand and said, "That must be a really important list you've got there." Evan let out a soft chuckle, his eyes twinkling. "Oh, it is," he replied. He carefully unfolded the paper, its creases deep and familiar. Lily expected to see a standard grocery list, maybe with items crossed off, but it wasn't that at all. It was written in a graceful, looping handwriting. It read, "Milk, apples, bread," and then, underneath, were a few more lines. "Don't forget to ask how her day was. Buy her favorite cookies." Lily looked up from the list, a question in her eyes. Evan's smile was now tinged with a hint of nostalgia. "My wife, Claire, wrote this for me," he explained softly. "Years and years ago." He went on to tell her the story. Every Sunday, like clockwork, Claire would prepare the grocery list for him. She was practical, of course, listing the milk, the apples, the bread. But she always added little reminders at the bottom. Not reminders about what to buy, but reminders about how to love. Small prompts to be present, to be kind, to show he cared in the little ways that matter most. Then one year Claire fell ill. The Sunday list stopped. She never wrote another one. "But I kept this one," Evan said, his voice a little thicker with emotion. "I kept the very last one she ever wrote." He folded the paper back along its deep creases and tucked it safely into his pocket. "It reminds me not just of what we needed, but of how she loved. It reminds me to keep loving that way, too." Lily was speechless. The simple grocery list was a monument to a lifetime of love. It was more than just paper and ink. It was a promise, a memory, a guide. The transaction felt different that day. It wasn't just about selling groceries. It was about witnessing a beautiful, quiet tribute. The very next Sunday, Evan came in as usual, his familiar folded paper in his hand. But this time, Lily noticed something new at the store. Taped to the community bulletin board right by the entrance was a simple, handwritten note. It said, "If you're shopping alone today, you're not alone." Beneath the note, someone had left a small stack of blank paper and a pen, a silent invitation, and people responded, slowly at first. Then, all at once, other notes started to appear, taped up around the first one. "Buy yourself those flowers you were looking at. You deserve them. Don't forget to call your mum. She misses you. You're doing so much better than you think you are. The board, once a place for local ads and lost pet flyers, was transforming. It became a tapestry of anonymous kindness, a collection of small, gentle nudges, just like the ones on Claire's list. A customer, moved by the sight, took a photo of the board and posted it online. The response was immediate and overwhelming. The photo went viral. It wasn't just a picture of a bulletin board. It was a symbol of shared humanity. People from all over the world started sharing their own stories in the comments. Stories of lost loved ones, of old habits they kept alive, of small reminders that still held immense power in their lives. A woman wrote about how she still made coffee for two every morning, years after her husband passed away. A young man shared that he still bought his late father's favorite brand of snacks, just to feel close to him. The internet, often a place of noise and division, became a space for quiet reflection and connection. The story of Evan, Claire, and a simple grocery list had sparked a global conversation about love, memory, and the enduring power of small gestures. The grocery store in that small Texas town became a quiet landmark. Tourists would sometimes stop by, not to shop, but to see the board, to add their own note, to be part of the story. And every Sunday, without fail, Evan Miller still shops with that same folded piece of paper in his pocket. He doesn't need it to remember the milk or the bread anymore. He carries it because it's a tangible piece of his heart. It's a quiet testament to the idea that love, once written, once shared, doesn't just fade away with time. Sometimes it simply folds itself into a small, neat square that we carry with us, a silent and steady reminder as we walk through the aisles of our own lives. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, please consider sharing it. You never know who might need a little reminder today. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that warm the heart. See you next time.